Good morning, everybody. It's another episode of Car Art. So I'm going very simple today. I am sticking with watercolor. I am giving myself permission to use several pages if I like, because watercolor on top of watercolor can reactivate watercolor and get a little bit muddy. So I'm giving myself permission in my little travel book to flip from page to page and add color as I feel guided. The other little tip I have for you is I have these Daniel Smith, one of my two favorite watercolor makers. They create these dot sheets where you can get, for about 20 bucks, you can get these sheets where all 200 and some of their watercolors, they put a little dot on the page, and then the squares are where I have painted next to each dot. But you actually get a little watercolor sampler. So I have these. I'm going to be using this watercolor as I add watercolor to my little book. As inspiration for today, I know that I've done intentions before, but what I am really setting as my intention for today, and what I encourage you to do as well, although you're always welcome to use your own intention, what I am going to do is to really set the intention to deepen into my own presence and joy. So sometimes, or at least I've noticed in some of my more recent videos and my excitement to get this stuff out there and encourage you and inspire you and show you that you can do this too, is that I've been a little bit too outwardly focused. So I've been focused on creating for somebody, which is great, but I've noticed that I have lost or gotten disconnected from my own sense of presence, my own deep grounded sense of who I am and what brings me joy and what fills me up. And I also have a tendency, especially because I'm a healer, to give and to heal without taking some of that energy for myself first. So without filling myself up. And we've all heard, you can't give from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. So my lesson is to remember to nourish myself as well. And so that's what today's intention is. Again, I've got my little 238 color dots from Daniel Smith. You can get a set of these for 20 bucks on Amazon or through their website, I believe. And I am just tuning in. Most of these pages are covered already. I have a few pages here at the back that are empty. And again, I'm intending to connect with and embody more of my own presence and joy. I've got my little water brush here, so I am going to use it to dab some of these colors. And in connecting to my presence and joy, I'm feeling like I need some big blocks of color. It's feeling like that needs to be a platform. Kind of creating, and what is this? This is Iso-Indoline Yellow is this color. They have so many colors. Again, 238 colors. You can really not get bored. So I'm just feeling like I need these big swaths of color. Now I'm feeling drawn to Azo Yellow. It's also fun with this dot card because, you can just play even more than you can with, when you have a limited palette. It's fine, it's creative, but I know that I personally enjoy having a lot of options. And I'm just feeling drawn to add these big blocks of color here. It's feeling almost like fire coming up, fire. And then I'm looking again at my dot card and I'm just noticing which color I'm most drawn to, which color my eye is going to, and it's this Perylene Scarlet color, which is again kind of a fire color. I'm feeling compelled to put that down here. And the other cool thing about watercolor is these little dots of color go so far. Unless you're painting, a huge painting that you need to fill up with color, it's really, really nice to be able to just add color this way. Now I'm feeling drawn to switch to another sheet. So I am switching over, and the sheet that is calling me is the one with the blues and greens on it. I'm feeling drawn by this Carbazole Violet, so I am grabbing some violet and just feeling, it feels like that wants to come in down here, so I'm letting it. Letting it. And again, my intention was tapping into my own presence and coming back into a deeper connection with my joy. I'm just adding all of these. Now I'm feeling drawn to use this phthalo blue green shade. And it's feeling like that's coming in on the top. I'm feeling the need to add more water, to squeeze more water out here. And to dip with the more water, I'm just adding more of this watercolor. You'll see how it starts to blend in when you squeeze enough water on the paper. And then you get these lovely, lovely little organic splotches, etc. So it's very fun. Very fun. So I'm just letting that come down. I'm feeling the need to drag that, blend that in even more. And I'm feeling down again, this phthalo green is calling to me. So I'm loading my water brush with some of this phthalo green. And wiping my brush off, coming back to the yellows, and this nickel azo yellow is calling me. So I am just adding some of that in here. It's feeling like that wants to come back down here with the purple and the red, and I'm going back to my reds, and that Perylene Scarlet is calling me again. So I am just grabbing some more of that, adding it in here. And you can see I'm working upside down. It doesn't matter. You can flip your page. You can flip your page over. You can do whatever you like. And I'm going back to the azo yellow. Although I just muddied that color because I mixed some of the red with it. So I'm cleaning my brush off a little bit and just adding in more of that color. So and that's what we've got. I'm feeling like that is complete. So I am starting another page. This other page I'm feeling drawn to the cadmium orange. So again, I am going to use the cadmium orange on the page. And then this transparent pyrrole orange is calling me, so I am using that. The other cool thing about these dot cards is you have enough that you can play, so you can really notice how the colors interact with each other. And these energies, again, I'm just feeling like I need big patches of color. So that's where I am going with it. Now this alizarin crimson is calling me, so I am using the alizarin crimson. And it just feels like that's where it wants to go. I'm consciously tapping in and absorbing the energy of these colors as well as I'm creating. Alizarin crimson. I'm coming back to the transparent pyrrole orange. That wants to come back in. And again, this is completely intuitively. I'm not strategizing. I'm not saying I need a color scheme. These are just the colors that as I look down at my sheet are calling out for me to use. And I feel intuitively, if I look down at this sheet and I'm feeling like there's a sheet underneath it that I need a color from, I just look at the next sheet and feel a hit. Actually, it feels like yes for this one. I'll flip to the next sheet and wait for my yes. So I'm waiting, I'm responding to the energies, and I'm not forcing anything. Now this naphthenamide maroon is calling, so I'm just going to add some of that. I'm feeling the need to add a little more water. More water, more water, more water. More water, more water, more water. And feeling, I'm really loving that nickel azo yellow. The quinacridone gold is coming in. And I'm just feeling like that needs to be really juicy, so I'm squeezing out some extra water as I add that onto the page, squeezing out some extra water. Here we go. And it's also feeling like I need some of that over here. And it's feeling like, where else? I'm using a lot of this. But I'm not judging, and it feels like I just need some more here. And as I look down, I need a little more of the naphthalene maroon. And just adding some more water so that can really soak in, feeling where the extra color needs to go. Totally just feeling into it, which you can do too. So I encourage you to play, and I encourage you to anywhere, because I'm in my car, right? That's kind of my goal. That's kind of why I do these. Feeling again, this cadmium orange wants to be added. Just add a little of the orange in there. I'm feeling like more of that maroon needs to go up here at the top, so just adding in more of that color. And so these are my two little pieces, intuitively created with watercolors. My only tools were these little tiny dots of watercolor on these dot cards, and my trusty Aquash water brush, which has lost its cap, unfortunately. Luckily, I have another one at home. And my trusty little fake moleskin notebook. So, oh, and that closed and just got a little bit on there. So I am just feeling into these, absorbing the energies of these. I can feel my presence. I can feel my joy. I can feel a real sense of calmness and strength from these pieces. And I am going to let these dry. I'm going to keep them out where I can see them for the rest of the day, and really allow myself to sink in and gain strength and healing from these pieces. So there you go. Gonna set this on my dashboard here in the sun and let it dry. And thanks for playing with me again. I'll see you soon.